Hi everybody, this is Lara at pureelliottwave.com. I'm going to do an analysis of Alibaba Group for a member who's requested this from me. I'm going to have a quick look at a possible Elliott Wave count for this. I don't want to spend too much time on the Elliott Wave analysis. I've already prepared my classic analysis charts and I'll be doing that with you, going through those charts with you at the end of this video. I'm recording this video now. I'm in Troncones in Mexico for a few months now. Going to be staying at a little place nearby and getting some good waves for the next few months. But my accommodations is on the beach and there's huge surf, so I hope you can hear me well enough above this. I'm going to make this cycle degree. I don't know. I want to see this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a monthly chart with all the data I could get from Yahoo Finance. Bar chart data feed that I use doesn't have this ticker, so I'm using Yahoo Finance data. So this is what I've got. This is what I've got to work with. Oh, actually that looks okay. Okay, so on the monthly chart I think I need to move this down 1 degree. Let's move this down 1 degree. Yep. I'm starting my wave count from the low down here in September 2015. This third wave looks pretty good. No, I wouldn't put that there. I'll put this here, motive wave. I don't know if this is going to work though. I'll put that here and that there. I think we're probably going to have to put this up here, and I'm going to have to look at that at a lower time frame. The question really that we want to answer, and which is not going to be answered by me looking at any of this bull market work. Oh, so that's here. Okay. Is this bear market for Alibaba over? My classic analysis has got some really cool stuff to look at and suggests, yeah, it could be over pretty soon. But is the Elliott Wave structure complete? I see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. This looks like a 5 down. Or could we have A, B, and an extended C wave? I want to look at this C wave on a weekly chart. Okay, weekly. Well, the first thing I notice is this A wave doesn't look like a very good 5 at all, does it? That looks like a 3. Could this be a multiple zigzag? Do I need to relabel this? If it is, it looks like a triple zigzag. Let's try a double, because triples, they're not rare, but they're really not very common. Let's try a double zigzag, and we want intermediate degree. Thanks. This looks like a zigzag. X. Could this be a second zigzag which could be over? That's the question I want to answer. Let's just chuck some labels on here. Maybe. Does A subdivide? Looks like there's a nice third wave in the middle there. That doesn't look very good. The first wave looks like a 3. I want to see this ending here. Oh, does this actually might work now? I don't know if this has got enough volume for decent looking Elliott Wave structures, to be honest. I think this is more miss than hit, this exercise, and probably not a very good use of time. I think my conclusion, without wasting too much time on Elliott Wave for Alibaba, is going to be it could be over in Elliott Wave terms. Let's have a look at some classic analysis. I think that's going to give us a better insight to what may be happening in this market. I've prepared 2 charts for you. I'm going to look at some classic analysis tools on a weekly and daily chart as usual. At the weekly chart level, one of the most important things to note is this downward movement in price does not come with corresponding lows in RSI, so there's weakness. We've got some pretty long-term double bullish divergence. At the low, RSI is now very extreme. It's above both DX lines and above 45. RSI reached oversold. We've got bullish divergence. ADX was very extreme, and then we get this huge bullish engulfing candlestick pattern, a strong bullish signal. Given the conditions of RSI and ADX with that bullish candlestick pattern, which has support from volume, although the next doesn't follow through with support from volume. But here, I would lean bullish. I would want to see a new swing high above this point in order to have real confidence in that view. That's a wee ways away, but considering if this is a major low and the beginning of a new huge bullish trend for Alibaba, which the Elliott Wave count would suggest and this analysis would suggest it could be, then waiting for a new high above this point so that we see a higher high, breaking that series of lower lows and lower highs, the basic definition of a downward trend. If we see a higher high above this prior swing high, I would have a little bit more confidence in this low. And the other thing that gives me just a little bit of confidence is when I look at the volume profile here, downward weeks here are coming mostly, not always, but mostly with overall increasing volume, and series of upward weeks are coming mostly, but not always, with declining volume. Here now we've got declining volume on downward weeks. Now if that changes, I would have some doubt on the low, and I would consider maybe we could get another low before the final low. But if we continue to see volume decline, if price falls further, then we might have a low in place here for Alibaba. This signal from on-balance volume is so weak, I wouldn't give it any real weight. And ATR declining as price falls, there's a little bit of weakness in ATR as well as volume. At the daily chart level, we've got this beautiful island reversal. We've got this gap here. The high of this candlestick should offer support. And so if this is a major low and it's not going to be breached, then this gap should remain open. And so in that kind of instance, if this is an exhaustion gap, then exhaustion gaps can be used for setting stops. They can be quite useful in trading. If this low is breached, I would have doubt on this being a sustainable low. But if this gap remains open and price does not move below the high of this candlestick, the high, not the close, the high, if price remains above the high and the gap remains open, then the possibility that this could be a major sustainable low will remain. This looks like a selling climax. At those lows, at the daily chart level, we didn't see bullish divergence between price and RSI. ADX didn't indicate the downward trend was very extreme. It still indicates a trend which is continuing lower, which is not extreme, and RSI is back in neutral territory, so there is room below for price to continue further. The last signal from on-balance volume was bearish, but that was a while ago, and it's been followed by quite a bit of downward movement, so that could be resolved. Stochastics oversold, ATR increasing to the last low and now declining. Bottom line, if this gap remains open, it's possible we could have a sustainable low in place here. If this gap is closed with a new low below the high of this candlestick, then I would be expecting another low, and I'd be looking again for another bullish candlestick, and I'd be looking for bullish divergence at the daily chart level as well as weekly between price and RSI. If we do get another low for Alibaba, I don't think it's going to be, I think maybe one more or two more if that happens, but while this gap remains open, I'm going to say it's somewhat possible this could be a sustainable low. That's what it looks like. That's all from me with Alibaba for you. I hope this is useful to someone. Thank you much for watching. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your support, and I hope you can hear me above the roar of these waves.